You're awesome. I'm Jeremy Andrew Davis, and today I wanted to share with you some amazing news that I have. I have been medically signed off as being cured from fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome.
I would say you are cured. At this point in time, I would say yes, you're cured. Yes, you are cured.
But before we get into that, first I want to rewind. In 2015, I was 33 years old and I was disabled. I couldn't work. I had applied for disability. I wasn't able to pick up my kids anymore because it was too painful. I was a mess. A medical provider had ranked me in the top 10% of fibromyalgia. They had said at my rapid rate of decline that I probably only had around 15 years left. And what do you say to that? 2.5 years later, and now I'm being signed off as medically cured. Now, how is that even possible? Because there is no cure for fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome. Whew! I did a few too many takes of the push-up ones. Still getting used to, talking on camera and a little out of breath. The subject of how I've been cured is far too big of a topic for this one video, so I'm not going to go into details here, but on this channel, that is what I'm going to be talking about, that lifestyle that I have learned to live and the treatment that I've undergone in order to overcome these incurable conditions and a number of my secondary conditions that were ruining my life. In this video, I want to talk more about the process of getting signed off as being medically cured and what is a cure. A little backstory here. I see an alternative medical provider. His name is Michael Jones, and he is the one who has been treating me for these 2.5-ish years and has taught me the lifestyle that I now live, which has given me that cure from most of my conditions. His treatment and health program. Pause a second, because here I use the term program, mainly because program is a term that is easily understood by lay people, but I have come to the understanding that there are actually regulations on alternative medicine practitioners saying what they can and cannot say to describe their programs. Technically, Mike isn't allowed to use the term program or treatment or maybe even patient or cure until Dr. Nell used cure, and now Mike can use the word cure, or even exercise. In the rest of the video, I use some of these terms. Just know that when you hear that, that's me explaining it. That's not Mike explaining what his program is. So he's following all the rules the way he's supposed to. I'm breaking the rules because I have freedom of speech and I'm allowed to use those terms to describe my experiences. It is very different from anything I've ever come across because it really looks at the body and the mind, the whole being, as a complete system, how everything works together for health and or sickness. I guess or sickness, not and. Can't be healthy and anyway. So the crazy thing about getting therapy that treats the entire body as a system is all the other health issues that you're having also improve, or for me, get cured. I went to Mike only looking to have my fibromyalgia treated, but all of the other conditions that I was suffering to have all dramatically improved or been also completely cured. Now, if you haven't watched the first video that I did on this channel, check it out because I talk about the very first thing that you have to do before any kind of treatment will work and help you get healthy. After your body gets in a state where it can heal, the next step is to balance the central integrated state, which all of the therapies that I do now, range of motion techniques that stimulate healing and the reprogramming of neurological pathways, plus sound therapy, meditation, removing toxins from my diet, are geared to reprogram yourself neurologically in order to attain balance within the body. So once I got my body in a state where I could start healing, the therapies really started making a huge difference with all of my conditions, which include, I have a list here because I can't remember them all: fibromyalgia, cured; PTSD with anxiety, social anxiety, depression, panic attacks, etc. That has been improved by 65%. My symptoms are dramatically better. Insomnia, I don't have insomnia anymore. It used to take me 3 hours before before I could fall asleep at the very shortest amount of time. Irritable bowel syndrome. My body didn't produce the enzymes to be able to break down complex sugars. So they call this FODMAPs, or fermentable oligo mono and saccharides. I couldn't break those down. Now I can eat pretty much anything because through therapy, my body naturally started producing the enzymes to break them down. It's unbelievable. GERD, or acid reflux. I don't have acid reflux anymore. Grade 2 esophagitis. I haven't been scoped yet. I do plan on seeing my gastroenterologist and having all of this marked off as being cured, but I don't think I have grade 2 esophagitis anymore. Terminal ileum ulcers, hiatal hernia. I have no symptoms from any of these. Arrhythmia, autonomic dysfunction, orthostatic hypotension, low blood pressure, which is a part of that autonomic dysfunction. Don't have it. Scoliosis, corrected. Arthritis from my different surgeries, no symptoms. Raynaud's disease, no blood flow in the extremities. That has dramatically improved. Chilblains from no blood in the extremities, dramatically improved. Eczema, dramatically improved. And that's the short list. So I use a lot of different techniques and therapies. Each individually could make a small difference, but together,
our powers combine. Earth, fire, wind, water, heart. By your powers combined, I
bring about healing. There is no silver bullet. There is no one cure. It's a combination of different things. But the real basis of the therapy is balancing the central nervous system to obtain the central integrated state. A lot of this comes from a nervous system that is out of balance, and your nervous system controls your immune system. So when your nervous system is in balance, your body can heal itself. So while we're on the subject, what is a cure? I mean, with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, acid reflux, insomnia, dry skin, all of these things I had, they're all functional diseases. So there's no real blood test where you can take and say, aha, we don't see this in your blood anymore, so you are cured. So how do you tell if you're cured with a functional condition? I don't know. For me, getting quote unquote medically signed off as being cured, that wasn't for me. I knew I was cured before this doctor signed me off. And the reason I knew that is because I didn't have any symptoms anymore. I haven't had any symptoms for quite a long time, actually. How would you determine if you are cured of something? Let's say acid reflux. I used to have acid reflux and I don't have any symptoms anymore, so that means I don't have acid reflux anymore. I wanted to get the medical sign off, one, because this is a part of Mike's program. He has everybody give their complete medical history, and then after they are cured, he gets them medically verified, which is a great practice both for him and for his patients. But for myself, I'm not proving it to myself. It's nice for me to share that with you. So hopefully through this channel and the videos that I'm going to be making here, I can share the things that I've learned and help you have some of the successes that I have. Now, if you're interested, this was my experience with Dr. Nell.
Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
I went through, I've read all your reports that we had, but, I was impressed by, your answers. I feel blue or sad. I feel discouraged in the future. I feel I'm a complete failure as a person and so forth. And I look at this. I do not feel sad. Every answer was completely just the opposite.
Yeah.
That tells me a tremendous amount. Really dramatic. And the same thing on this report. Tilt your neck, head back like that. Good. Go forward as far as you can. Good. Turn to the right. Wow, beautiful. Lateral bend. A little crack. Okay. Any pain when I touch you here?
No.
Any pain when I touch you here?
No.
Any pain when I touch you here?
No.
What about here?
No.
Here?
No.
Here? Here? Here?
No.
Here? 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 Push your arm up. Let me just take it. Just relax. That's it. Put the thing on your back. Put your arm back here. Any pain in here?
No.
Here?
No.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You seem fine. No pain down in through here?
No.
You have no trigger points whatsoever, nothing. Nothing to indicate anything like fibromyalgia. You know, usually you have trigger points everywhere, these places.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you had them probably when you first started. You've got nothing right now. Like this is a 0 right now.
Yeah.
You know, what would it have been when he first saw you?
10s.
10s? They were 10s.
Yeah.
That's dramatic. At this point in time, I would say, yes, you're cured.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am really grateful to Dr. Nell because a really, really valuable resource to be able to have that medically documented. He has been working with Mike for over 25 years, and it's rare to find a mainstream medical practitioner, an MD, who is supportive of alternative forms of healthcare. Dr. Nell is a highly respected orthopedic surgeon in the Canton, Ohio area. He's actually one of the co-founders of Omni Orthopedics, which if you live in the area, you're probably familiar with. So in my session with Dr. Nell, he spent quite a long time going over all of my medical records, and let me tell you, there are stacks and stacks and stacks of papers from all sorts of specialists that I have seen over the years, from rheumatologists, gastroenterologists, cardiologists, you name it, I've been there. And Dr. Nell came in, reviewed my chart, reviewed all that medical history, and then he did an evaluation with me. He spent a long time interviewing me, and then he did the physical assessment for fibromyalgia. And I did not have one single trigger point that hurt. And this is amazing. Mike is getting these results with 100% of the people who commit to his program. Every time I talk about this, it sounds like an ad, but I gotta tell you, I don't get anything out of promoting this program. This isn't a business model for me. I'm not making money out of this. I do get one perk. When Mike has a patient get to the cured stage that I have referred, I get an hour and a half free. So the really cool thing about all of this is I am living an amazing life now. I am able to work full-time at a pretty intense job, actually, and I'm able to do side projects as well. I'm a filmmaker. I'm making a short film right now, as well as I'm doing this YouTube channel, and I'm going to be making and uploading videos for this channel to help you learn some of the things that I've learned, share my experiences with you. So if you have interest in hearing more about this kind of thing, please consider subscribing, give me a like, and I hope to see you around.